and of course start the count. Post the tweet. Tweet posted. Congrats on getting first, Ace.
Thank you.
Off the rip. Not because you're like my mod or anything.
Oh yeah, no, not at all. Listen, I sometimes forget, so I don't feel bad when I do it. If we're being honest.
I mean,
Sometimes I'm
so
fully
bad.
like into like getting everything figured out, and like someone else will get it. Also, hey Catfish.
Hello, Catfish. I see you in the audience.
I'm finally remembering to draw those gravestones still. I'm finally remembering. I was like, oh shit, yeah, I need to do that. So that's what I'm waiting on drawing while we're waiting for shit.
Are you doing it for my Pathfinder players because of the water that they find themselves in?
You know, I didn't. I think I was in the middle of something for that one, so I didn't get to that. What did they get themselves into?
They're currently fighting a town full of mimics.
Oh god!
And everybody has dropped at least once.
You know, no, I wasn't doing it for that reason, but thank you for letting me know. I should probably expedite the process.
It got bad enough to where like a couple of my players have sent me their backup characters, like just in case.
Oh, that's exciting! I love that one.
It is, but honestly, like they're kind of over the hump a little bit because they started out being pretty outnumbered, but now they have like one more person than the bad guys. So hopefully things turn around for them.
Or hopefully not. Only time will tell. Honestly. Did you advise them to not go into it, and they did it anyways?
Oh no, it was just one of my players. I won't name names, but one of my players decided to do the whole thing of, oh man, your encounters are so easy.
Well, oh, I know who it is. Actually, I remember us chatting about it the other night.
Oh, you...
We were in call. I was in call and talked to them about it. Yeah, no.
I was like, yeah, you
whenever
guys
I
said
get-
my encounters were too easy, and it's like, no, that was me. I take that responsibility wholeheartedly.
At least they did. At least they took the responsibility for it. Really.
Oh, jeez. But no, tonight is gonna be laid back and fun. Gonna be a good time.
Yeah, because we totally know what we're doing.
Oh yeah.
Well, the good thing is it's not very rules heavy. I'll explain how the game works once we get into the stream proper.
Are we
Yeah.
playing DE or?
Hmm?
Are we playing G5 or what are we playing?
Oh,
The version.
oh no, this is a game called Definitely Wizards. It's its own little rules light system.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yes. Did you help Tiramisu set up their Roll20?
Yes, Tiramisu should have access to their character sheets. You can rename it however you want. Yeah, you're not going to be keeping track of a whole lot, and anything that you desperately need to know, I already posted scheduling post. There's little
Okay.
screenshots, so. Like I said, I'll explain everything when we after introductions and stuff before we get into the game proper.
My mom came into the room. I have dinner now. If you heard a little whisper of a woman's voice, that was my mother. So. I want cotton.
Get it?
I'm working on it.
I'm so mad I missed the pseudo last time.
I know.
I'm
I
fucking
saw it. I
furious.
was like, damn. Man, that could have been another clippable TikTok moment for you to get yelled at about.
Oh, right. Yeah, because I need another clippable TikTok moment for me to get yelled at about.
That was dumb. I almost said something in the fucking on there, and I was like, it's not worth it.
Well, on that note, good evening, Swamp Kids, and welcome to another Project Open Table one-shot. Very excited to be running this indie rules light system, which I'll explain here in a little bit. But first, I want to introduce my players. Starting immediately next to me, we have Mikami.
Hiya.
Then sitting right there in the middle, we got Tiramisu.
Hello.
And finally, we have Ace.
Now you know I have to do my intros. Hi, stupid punk thing. I'm like everywhere. You can call me Ace. And I have fucking chicken nuggets.
Hell yeah! Did you bring it up for the
Oh my
class?
god.
No, fuck you.
Aw.
The GM will remember this.
Listen, you already almost killed one of my characters. This isn't anything new.
Fair enough. But tonight we are playing a rules light indie system called Definitely Wizards. It plays a little bit like Honey Heist. Everything gets decided by a D6 roll. And the players have two stats that they need to keep track of: the Wizard and Wild. Both of them start at 3. If they want to succeed at something, they have to roll at that number or under. And if they fail, we'll see what the consequences are. Essentially, the whole plot point of this game is that my players here they're spellcasters, but they're not considered legal spellcasters because wizards are the only legal spellcasters. They've dedicated years to study and mastery of the arcane. These folks either have their own natural magical abilities or they have items that give them magic. But those kind of skill sets aren't valued in the world as much as a wizard's skills. And so legitimate book-learned wizards are the ones who get the better paying jobs. My players here don't stand for that. They're gonna get one of those good paying jobs despite not being a wizard, which means they're gonna have to fake it until they make it. They've already passed the written exam for the wizard test, but now they have to do the practical exam, which consists of them working together to complete 4 challenges. And if they manage to make it to the end without being sniffed out as a non-wizard spellcaster, then they get certified and they now are able to get the good jobs. But the catch with this game is that if you are found out at any point that you are not a legitimate wizard, you will be removed from the test immediately.
Now I'm sweating.
So there are some stakes in this. If you fail too much and you give yourself away to the whoever's judging the test, you will not only be removed from the test, but you will be jailed for wild magic crimes. So no pressure.
Of course.
So with that, couple more things about the system. The only thing outside of them rolling between the two stats is that each of our players here has a class that is a spellcaster of some other kind. And so whenever they need to do some of their own special abilities, they have to roll wild and get underneath that stat. If they want to cast a wizard spell, which they have access to a few of them, they're just kind of weak and nothing really too potent, then they would roll for wizard. And these stats will change up and down throughout the course of the game. Essentially, if their wizard stat gets too high, then they can't cast any more wizard spells until they succeed on a wild spell, and vice versa. However, if a player's wild stat goes above 6 at any point, then that's when they get kicked out. They've been found out.
With a public execution.
Yeah. No, not a public execution. Although that would be hilarious. That would be some really good high stakes. But,
Like a Danganronpa or some shit.
yeah. But, enough jabbering about the game. Let's get into it. All
Are you
right.
saying anything about Project Open Table, by the way, before?
That would be a good idea. All the players that are here for this game have been gathered through Project Open Table, which I have the command there on the screen. It'll take you directly to our Discord where we play TTRPG games, we hang out, we play video games, and we have community nights. Like coming up at the end of the month, I believe it's the 31st. Yeah. We are going to be having a community night, and I think the poll for that should be wrapping up soon, so we'll find out exactly what we're doing then. But yeah, no, it's great. Project Open Table is a TTRPG community that prioritizes player safety, and we do that by vetting our GMs. We use safety sheets, both the players and the GMs, so nobody's surprised by anything that comes out during the game. And yeah, we're just trying to build a good, positive community for tabletop, because everybody's had those bad stories about being at a table and the GM pulls some kind of asshole stuff, or one of the other players is being toxic either in character or out of character. And we are doing our best to put that to rest. So if you're interested in joining us, come join us.
By the way, Gil, you need to change the names at the bottom.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think Spark is here currently.
no. What
Shout
is...
out to Catfish.
Shout out to Catfish. Actually, this would be a good time. Let's go ahead and start the setting off, and then I'll get you guys introduced.
Okay.
So, you guys have arrived at the training fields, which is of the Wizard Academy, and this is where your practical exam would take place. As the three of you arrive, you see that a professor from the Wizarding Academy is flanked on all sides by what looks like a younger class of students, many of them who have pencils and notebooks as if to take notes on everything that's happening here. The professor goes, Good afternoon, students. Today we have 3 of our applicants who are going to be taking the final wizard exam. Should they pass all 4 chambers and complete all the tasks therein, then they will be granted wizard status. It's very important that you pay attention to these applicants, because you may learn a thing or two of how to utilize your magical abilities, and maybe also a couple ways in which you shouldn't. He turns away from the students to face the 3 of you, and he looks at his notes and he flips around and goes, No, I seem to have left my roster list. Could you just simply give me your names? And Mikami, why don't you go ahead and describe your character?
Okay. Count Von Count is a small fellow, purple-ish skin, a hook nose, strong eyebrows, widow's peak, a big cape with a big collar, black gloves, and 4 fingers on each hand. He's also using a fake beard and has a fake wand.
All right, and what is Count Von Count's actual spellcaster class?
I mean, clearly he's a wizard, but actually he's a vampire.
Very good. All right, Tiramisu, why don't you give me your character?
So she is a long, slender Aarakocra. She has the feathers of a picture a red-winged macaw. So there's red on her wings, and they're beautiful. They stretch out. There's a little bit of yellow on her face and a little on her chest. There's some green at the edge of her feathers. And of course, she has a beak. So she wouldn't be able to wear um, the wizard beard like her compatriot over there. But has a she has quite a bit of things, and one of those things she has is an orb that she uses to pretend to be a wizard.
And what is your character's name?
Uh, oh, sorry about that.
You're fine.
Jinx Talani.
You mind spelling that?
TLANI.
You said Jinx was the first name?
That's correct.
And what is your character's secret spellcaster class?
She is a collector.
Very good. All right, and then Ace.
1 moment. I'm eating a chicken nugget. Worst time to eat meat for me to eat that ever. Okay, so walk with me here. I want everyone to imagine the most basic white woman, Starbucks loving ass woman you could ever imagine, with a bunch of like just witch trinkets on her. That is Sage Crystal Star. You know that stereotype of like the white woman that's like owns like a single rose quartz, and she's like, "I'm a witch now." That's her. And she is also a collector. Her outfit is just like, I don't know, just some like witchy like shirt and or like witchy dress, and like at the belt there's a bunch of little pockets for a bunch of stuff because she's also a collector, as I'm discovering. And yeah, just has a bunch of rings and necklaces, earrings, I'm sure, little random ass witchy tattoos. Probably has live, laugh, love on her arm or some shit. I don't know. That's who she is. That's Sage.
All right. So the professor begins to scribble down and goes, "All right, Count, Inks, and Sage, you are mere steps away from completing the wizard exam. All you need to do is complete these 4 chambers, and your certification will be waiting for you at the end. We will be monitoring your progress as the test goes on. Do any of you have any questions before we begin?"
No, I don't think so.
Questions? What questions? No, I'm completely ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready too.
Very good. Then we will begin the exam immediately. And he pulls a wand from underneath his robes. He does a few swishes in the air, and you see him shoot a beam of energy from it into the middle of the field, and a portal opens up. He says, "Right this way. We will begin your exam."
Oh, okay.
Count just shuffles to the portal and just gets in.
Jinx follows behind, looking around nervously.
I'm gonna have Sage, while walking to it, just make sure everything's secure and then just jump in.
All right. And so you guys make your way through the portal, and you come out, In a forest.
Pretty.
Yes.
This reminds Sage just says, "This reminds me of my yoga retreat."
Jinx just looks around very nervously, clasping her wings together.
Convolcon is gonna take out some. He's gonna shuffle inside his pockets and then take out his sunglasses and put it on.
Very good. All right, so you guys find yourself in a forest, or at least it appears to be the test giver did say that you guys were in chambers. This chamber looks pretty much like he just sent you to a different part of the town. What do you guys do?
No, we're not told that there's anything. We're just told to complete the chambers. That's it.
Complete the chambers.
I have a feeling we probably should have asked him more questions, but too late now.
Well, learning is always a good experience. And then he shuffles forward. He's not making much ground, but he's trying his best.
Yes, and as you cross the grounds of this forest, you hear the crunching of leaves and twigs underneath your feet, and you come up on a large boulder.
Jinx is a little wary about the boulder. She thinks that maybe it gets loose and rolls on top of her, so she gently surrounds the side. She just goes around the side of the boulder.
All right.
I'm looking through all the spells really quickly. The wizard ones. So for casting wizard spells, you just roll a 6.
Yeah, roll a d6, and you have to get underneath your current wizard stat, which for everybody should be 3.
Okay.
Well,
I would
it's
like
meet
to
or go under.
Okay. 1 second. So I am fixing my little thing. Cool. So could I cast a wizard spell?
Yeah, what wizard spell are you looking to cast?
Hunch. So you sort of get a sense for what someone else is thinking or a hint at what to do next.
Okay.
Get out your dozen hearts.
And just roll a d6.
Yep, just roll a d6. All right.
well.
You fail.
Woohoo!
All right. So what's going to happen now is you need to roll a consequence. So you're going to roll another d6, and I have a table here that will tell me what happens depending on how you roll.
5.
All right.
Where are these numbers when I do fucking blades in the dark? Damn.
Right. Okay, so according to a 5, the spell fails dramatically. Describe the outcome and add 1 to wild.
Joy.
So you casting your hunch spell, how does that look? And how do you think that backfires in a way that's like noticeable?
You said I add 1 to wild, by the way.
Yes. So your wild
Cool.
stat should be 4.
Cool. I'm gonna say she's gonna close her eyes and like put her index and or pointer and middle finger onto her temples and rub and try to like get the vibes of the universe. And then she like nothing happens and she just looks really frustrated, and that's how you obviously tell because she looks annoyed as fuck.
All right.
I am going to try to cover for her.
Very good. So covering for your fellow quote wizard comes down to you being able to create a distraction so nobody really notices what happened. So Ace, you will not be taking that +1 to your wild stat, so your wild stat stays at 3.
Okay.
And Mikami, what do you do to create cover?
Okay, Comic kind of is gonna turn into the camera. Well, the imaginary camera, and say, "Well, our audience, let's think that here we have how many people think of this? One wizard, two wizards, three wizards,
Very good. Okay, so you managed to pull whoever's working the arcane camera to focus on you, instead of
Thank you, I'm a
Sage.
natural.
And you are instead going to take the 1 to your wild stat.
Yeah, already took it. And I'm gonna take the situation to also try to cast hunch.
Okay, give me your wizard roll.
Oh boy, let's go.
Hey,
Hey,
Yo,
that's very
let's go.
good.
one time it's good to fail.
All right, so the spell works how you intended. So add 1 to your wizard stat now. So you should be at 4 for both. And so as you kind of try to tap in to your surroundings and try to figure out what's going on, you gain the clarity that some of the things here are more or less set pieces, and the rest of it is purely an illusion. You guys are in a chamber, but it has been made to appear like you are just outside in free air. There's something here that you have to destroy before the exit door unlocks and you're able to go to the next chamber.
Well, he does a little shimmy and goes, "Well, clearly this is an illusion. We have to destroy whichever is created an illusion so we can go forward."
Well, so we obviously see the big boulders or anything else of interest.
There's quite a few trees around. Some
Okay.
sticks and twigs and rocks on the ground.
Okay.
Just looking at them by themselves, you wouldn't know if it's a set piece or if it's an illusion.
Okay.
Unless you have ways to figure that out.
Gotcha.
Jinx, is there anything that you would like to do at this point?
Let's see. Is it day or night right now?
It appears to be day, like somewhere in the somewhere close to noon.
Okay. She just looks. Let's see. All right, so we've got Hunch already taken care of. She does nothing except looks at her compatriots and say, "What can we do next?"
Trying to think. So really, the only thing of note is the big boulder in a forest. Really,
Yeah.
like, there's nothing else of note. Okay.
Nope, a big boulder and a bunch of trees.
So I feel like I as an empath who knows everything, I think that we need to destroy the boulder. Guys,
Oh,
I don't
okay.
I think
What-
that's the main thing we need to do.
Oh, really?
I mean, I don't really know what else we could really do. I see trees. I guess, do they want us to climb trees? I did that at the yoga retreat once. That was really fun.
I could climb a tree, but I just don't know if that's going to make us get any progress.
Let me through. And he shuffles through the boulder. He pats it.
Your hand goes through.
Clearly, kind see? This clearly is an illusion. And he flaps his hand inside the boulder.
Can I go poke a tree?
Yeah, go poke a tree.
Okay, I poke a tree.
You go and poke a tree, and your hand passes through it.
I see. And you, the hunch told us there's something to destroy, right? Or was it just a guess? Hello?
Oh, I thought you were talking to Mikami.
No, I was just talking to whoever would answer.
Yeah, the hunch.
Like,
The hunch revealed that this setting is mostly illusion and set pieces, but there is something here you need to destroy to unlock the exit door.
Okay. Thank you. Let me look through my spells again. And with Collector specifically, like I could just come up with a trinket that I might have that would like be helpful, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
and that would count as a wild spell, and you would roll to see how successful it.
Okay. You know, I'm gonna just try Hunch again to see if it would like point me towards the item that needs to get destroyed.
All right.
Actually, I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
D6. Can this fucking get? I swear, exact same thing as last
Lucky
time.
dice.
All right. Well, that's a failure. Go ahead and roll another d6 to see what your consequence is.
Joy. Is it? I'm gonna say if it's a 5 again.
So with a 4,
You're stuck.
you unintentionally use wild magic and cast a wild spell of your choice. Proceed as if this was a success, but add 1 to wild.
Okay, so so wait, could you repeat that? I'm confused.
So with a 4, you unintentionally use your wild magic instead. So
Okay.
when you go to cast your hunch spell, you maybe accidentally grab something out of your pouch, one of your trinkets, while trying to perform the spell, and you use that instead.
Okay, and I add 1 to my wild.
Add 1 to your wild.
Okay, and so I should be at 4. Cool.
Yes. You are a collector, so you basically just have a bunch of magic items.
I really wish I kept those damn glasses. I guess she tries to push up her glasses while to do the temple thing, and like the glasses like shine in some kind of way and would reveal it like what she needs to go and destroy.
Yeah. So your glasses, they kind of do like that shine effect, and as you're looking through them, you see a bunch of the illusions disappear. You see which of the pieces are, for more or less, cardboard cutouts. But you do see, not too far away, you see a tree that is neither. It is not a cardboard cutout, nor is it an illusion.
Okay, guys. I think that's the tree we need to destroy.
I'm kind of just gonna turn dramatically, point at it, and say, "Begone!" I'm casting a wild spell.
Okay, what's
But
your
I'm
wild
casting
spell?
a wild spell with my very 100% not fake wand.
Okay. So this is going to, since you're using one of your props, you will be able to add 1 point to wizard or remove 1 from wild.
I am removing 1 from wild.
Very good. And so, what are you
Yeah.
What are you doing with your wand? What spell are you casting?
I am using Cinch, but Cinch is a wild spell. It's not flame, but it's thunder.
Nope.
Okay.
You're striking a tree with lightning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love that.
All right. Then go ahead and roll that. That's a fail.
Oh, yikes.
So go ahead and add
Yikes.
one back to wild,
Nothing changes.
and go ahead and roll another d6 to see what your consequence is.
Oh boy.
2.
Oh, that's a 2.
The spell is a dud.
just
Nothing
fails.
happens. So the way I see this happening is you extend your wand out, and a lightning bolt, like a little spark of lightning, goes to come out, but it's just more like a little taser-looking ordeal, and nothing happens. But the tree knows that something happened. You just tried to attack it. And so the tree begins to shiver and shake, and you see it begin to pull its roots up out of the ground.
Oh
And
no.
The roots form into legs, and a twisted face grows onto the tree, and the tree begins to charge the three of you.
Okay.
Alrighty then. Jinx,
Someone kind is going to just throw his head back, open his mouth, go and
Jinx,
shuffle out of the way.
Jinx class holds her orb and backs away, but tries to produce shield.
Okay. That is a wizard spell, so go ahead and roll. Beat your wizard stat. If you want to do it, click on the dice on the left side of the screen, and then just click
It's a
D6.
Yeah, it's a D20 dice on the left side of the screen. It's the icon.
I can't see that.
The little black bar on the left. Four, which I believe your wizard stats are 3, so that's a failure.
Oh.
So you'll add. Well, let's see what your result is. Go ahead and roll another d6 to see what your consequence.
Oh,
Whoa!
I believe the consequence is yes.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Oh, you just got to click on where it says d6.
Much better.
There you go. Yeah, it's just a dud. So you use your orb, and you see what looks like a force field begin to like grow around the orb and try to encapsulate you, but then it kind of just pops like a bubble. This tree is gaining ground on you guys.
So, okay. Can I do a wild thing?
What's that?
So I would like to grab something from a pouch within my belt.
Okay.
A little, I would say, fire quartz. I think that's what it's called. Or smoky quartz. We'll just do that because I can't think of the... I think fire quartz... Is fire quartz a thing? I don't fucking know. A little piece of obsidian out of her little belt pouch.
Okay.
And she is gonna throw it at the tree, and with it being a magical obsidian, it's going to explode into a bunch of fire, like a Molotov cocktail.
I love that. Go ahead and give me a wild roll.
Also, I used the prop.
Yep. So then you can either add 1 point to wizard, or you can remove 1 point from wild.
I'd like to add a point to wizard.
Very good.
Cool. And 1d6. Really?
Jeez.
Why? I
The
swear,
luckiest
this
of
is gonna be
souls.
the game that tests me.
Yeah, this is so lucky.
All right, go
Oh,
ahead
goodness.
and give me a d6 roll, and we'll see what your result is. Or, the spell works, but with a negative side effect. Add 1 to wild.
Boy, we're already at 5.
All right, so the negative side effect I feel like is okay. So you throw this piece of obsidian at the tree, and it does what you want it to. It does explode, and when the piece of obsidian explodes, it sends all of these shards of wood basically everywhere. You kind of turn the tree into a frag grenade for wood. And I am going to say that it is going to it's what it's going to do is a shard of wood is going to pierce into your pouch, your belt pouch, and some of the contents are going to spill out onto the ground, and maybe a couple things break. What I'm going to say this is mechanically is the next time you go to roll wild, I'm going to have you roll 2d6 and take the worst result
Gotcha.
for the next wild roll. But
Okay.
with when the tree gets like maybe 10 feet away from you guys when you throw this obsidian, it explodes, and as soon as the dust is settled, you see all the illusions drop. You see everything that's just a simple cardboard cutout, and you see that you are in fact inside of a large stone chamber. You see on the far side of the chamber that there is a door with a red exit sign above it, and then the sign turns green.
Fair enough.
Oh,
I knew
what a-
obsidian was used for that.
Kamon Khan just shuffles to the next room.
Oh.
And
Guess I-
he wizardly passes a hand through his beard. His very, very legit beard.
Very good. So the three of you make your way through the first chamber. You enter into the door, and you come out on the other side of a kitchen.
Oh, yum.
This kitchen is quite large. You would think that this kitchen is in some sort of mansion. And as you're looking around, you see all of the different stoves and kettles and different pieces of cooking equipment. And only seconds after you notice all these, you also notice that in the middle of the room, there is a fire extinguisher that has some sort of force field around it. And when you notice this, the ovens instantly catch fire, and the fire begins to start spreading around the kitchen.
Okay, Jinx is going to try her best to use frost. Nope.
To use what?
To use frost nip. She's like, and she says, "Back up, everybody! Hold on."
Okay.
And holds up her orb and has a wing hovering over it, and speaks low into her voice, like she's actually casting a spell. And
A 2. I believe that's a success.
Oh.
awesome.
Very good. So go ahead and add 1 to your wizard stat.
Okay.
So you shoot this beam of frost out of your orb, and it goes and it begins to put a little bit of the fire down. But Frost Nip isn't a very powerful spell. In fact, none of these wizard spells are very powerful. Frostnip says that you shoot a beam of cold air at your enemies, making them chilly. So, when you cast Frostnip, you manage to blow some of the fire away, like a small amount, but it's not enough to put it out. It is enough to get a couple of the smaller items that are on fire, like some of the wooden ladles and such. You're able to save them with it.
Fancy.
Those ladles are expensive, you know.
That's true. I would hate to have to go to home and decor again.
The fire continues to burn.
And you said there's a force field around the fire extinguisher in the middle.
Yeah, there's a fire extinguisher on the central island in the middle of this kitchen, and it is surrounded by a force field.
Oh no, my felt is very flammable. And Convon Khan is going to haste over his hands. I'm trying to cast shield as I walk through the fire towards the fire extinguisher.
All right, go ahead and give me a wizard roll.
Oh no!
It's a fail. So go ahead and roll your roll your consequence.
Oh no.
But
Okay, it just fails.
yeah, the spell fell. It's just a dud. So
Well, I'm not going through the fire.
yep, kind of similar to what happened earlier with Jinx. You begin to form this bubble around you, but then similarly, it just goes, it just pops.
So is the path, like, I'm assuming it is blocked by fire to get to the actual thing?
It is, yes.
Okay.
And the fire is growing at a slow but steady pace.
Jinx is going to try. Is it non-magical? No, Jinx is going to try hunch to figure out if this is actual fire or not.
Yeah, go ahead. 5. That. What is your wizard stat?
It is 3.
Okay, so that is a fail. Go ahead and roll your consequence.
Sad.
5. The spell fails dramatically. Go ahead and add 1 point to wild, and then describe how this spell fails.
So, instead of figuring out anything about this kitchen, other than it's a kitchen, she can't figure out what the fire is either, other than it's fire, and that it would be hot to touch. And that's all she knows about fire.
All right.
Yep. Fair enough. Is there a bag or box of like any kitchen supply like near us, like on like a counter or something?
I would say that there are like crates of like vegetables and stuff that would be ingredients.
What about salt?
Yeah, I would say there's probably a sack of salt laying around.
Cool. Can I pour it on the fire?
I mean, yeah, you can give it a shot. Are you just
Okay,
gonna
I
run
wanna
up to
pour
the
it up.
fire?
Yeah, I guess. Like, I don't know, get enough distance and see if I can like just throw it on there. Salt puts out fire, so it's a way to get rid of like small fires. It might work on a big fire.
Yeah.
You never know.
True.
I'm
I won't.
trying to think.
Since it's not technically a spell, unless you're going to use a spell to maybe get this accomplished.
It's just a normal action, like not enough, like probably like a handful, like to the edge as close as possible to see if it does anything.
Okay, so you throw a handful of salt at the fire, and instead of the salt putting out the fire a little bit, it actually makes it grow, like flashes.
Oh,
You actually make it grow a little bit. So this is not a normal fire.
great information to have. Okay. Let's see.
Oh, Compound Count is going to put his hand on his hips, look to the right, look to the left, and go, I will levitate this fire extinguisher. I'm trying to cast a wizard spell.
Okay.
Not a wizard, a wild spell.
And you're going to try to levitate the fire extinguisher?
Yeah, with my handy, totally 100% wizard magical bats.
The one that's covered by a force field.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead and so you're using one of your items. You want to add a point to wizard or remove a point from wild?
I'm not using any of my items. My items are the beard and the wand.
Totally fine. Then go ahead and roll for wild.
Watch me fail this. Yo, I did it!
Hey, you succeed. So you're gonna add one to wild anyway.
Okay.
And what's gonna happen is you do manage to get your spell through the force field, but oh, hold on, I think we just got a
I always
raid.
wanted to say that.
Thank you, Gauss, for the raid. I appreciate
please.
you, buddy.
Don't go.
I'm
really lonely.
And so your spell makes it through the force field that the fire extinguisher is around, and you see the fire extinguisher begin to rise, but then you hear just tink off the top of the force field.
The one I pointed out.
Oh no. One for two. He's going to coax the bats forward as he's trying to roll the force field forward with the fire extinguisher still inside of it.
Oh yeah, you're pulling on the fire extinguisher, and it's just kind of like rolling against the side of the force field. The force field's not moving.
Can I do a wild spell?
Yeah, what's that?
So I would like to pull into my little pouch again, because I guess this is literally going to be my little theme, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to pull out a little quartz and just fucking yeet it at it.
Okay.
This quartz would shatter the force, essentially, is the idea.
Very good. Okay, go ahead and roll for wild.
And which is, it's 2d6 and it's
Yes,
the worst
because
one,
of the
right?
effect from the last thing, it's going to be 2d6, and you're going to take the worst result.
Gotcha. I used the pouch again. I think we'll worry about that afterwards. 5.
So
which, and it's, my wild is 5.
So then you succeed.
Awesome.
So you're going to add another point to wild.
Oh, joy!
So you are now at 6 wild.
With me using my pouch, does that have a benefit at all? Out of curiosity.
So since your wild stat has reached 6, you have drawn suspicion. You cannot cast any more wild spells until you've succeeded on a wizard roll, and then your wild stat will reset to 2.
Joy. Okay.
But if your wild stat goes any higher, then you're going to be found out and you're going to be removed from the test.
And publicly executed. Okay.
I didn't say that part.
I did.
Okay, fair enough. But the quartz, your spell does work. You throw the quartz, and as soon as it tinks on the force field, you see it shatter like glass.
That should help your little bats out, buddy.
Okay, so are my little felt bats able to bring the fire extinguisher to me now?
That sounds like you're trying to do some wild magic.
Okay, let me do it again. Yo, let's go.
That's a success.
My
Go.
wild's at 6.
Oh, you've
Oh,
also
no.
drawn suspicion, so you can't cast any wild magic until you succeed a wizard roll.
Yeah.
But your bats do go and grab the fire extinguisher and fly it over in your guys' direction, and you are able to catch it. At this point, the fire has grown to the point where any moment it could engulf the three of you.
Count Von Khan is going to turn into the camera again and say, "Well, this is a very touching moment because playing with fire is not safe, even when you were a wizard." And he's going to use the fire extinguisher to extinguish the fire.
All right.
At least try. He has very floppy felt hands, so
You're extra flammable.
Yeah. And this isn't a spell, so it's easy enough for you to just turn the nozzle over. You remember in your fire safety training, since you are felt, that you should aim the nozzle at the base of the fire and do a sweeping motion. And as you do so, instead of the normal like white semi-liquid that comes out from the fire extinguisher, instead it is just a bunch, it looks like a bunch of stars are being shot out of the fire extinguisher. And as it makes contact with the fire, you see, instead of it like slowly dying down, it just poofs away altogether.
Okay.
And so now the fire is out. You see a door that was on the other side of the kitchen turn into the exit door, and the exit sign lights up green.
Fair enough.
All right, let's go.
We go onward.
And you go
I guess.
onward into the third chamber, where you find yourselves in a strange temple. You see that this temple is overgrown with vines, and it looks like the floor resembles a board game of some sort. You also feel a weird magical presence in the air, but you haven't figured out what that is. The board game itself, for all intents and purposes of relating to the real world, looks a lot like Chutes and Ladders.
So it wasn't chess. You said for me to get my wild stat back down, I have to succeed a wizard roll.
Correct.
I want to cast Hunch.
Okay.
Look around, you know. If I fail this, I'm gonna have word for my luck. My wizard's a 4, so
There you go. You succeed on your wizard roll, so now your wild stat will reset to 2,
okay.
and you will add 1 to your wizard stat.
Full. It's at 5.
So, what you see here using Hunch, you get a feeling that in order for you to complete the chamber, you have to get to the end of the board game. However, the magical presence that you feel in the air is kind of a twofer effect. The first effect is that it limits you to only moving on the board spaces.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't step outside of the game board itself.
Mm-hmm.
But you also feel like you feel like this weird pressure pushing down on you that gives you a hint that if you don't complete this soon, you could be shrunk down to 1/10 of your size.
Oh. Pretend she said all that. If we're being honest. Yeah. So that's what's gonna happen.
So the bonus way that this room works is we're going to take turns.
A game within a game.
A game within a game. Gameception.
Oh my god.
And on your turn, you can either cast a spell or you can choose to move. And the way that this is going to be structured is if you want to move, you roll a d6 on a 2, 3, 4, or 5, you will advance a little bit. On a 6, you'll find a ladder that will get you much closer to the end goal. And on a 1, you'll find a chute which will take you all the way back to the start, regardless of where you are.
Evil shoots and ladder.
Evil
Got it.
chutes and ladders. So you're only confined to traveling along the board's path.
Okay.
Whatever weird things you want to do, you guys can only move on the path of the board.
Okay.
So we'll start with Count Von Count. Would you like to use a spell or would you like to roll?
I want to use a spell.
Which spell?
I want to use hunch, so I know where am I going.
Is it okay? Never mind.
Like where the end goal is?
No, what would be basically the best move for now?
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
That's a 2, baby.
All right.
Succeed.
Add 1 to your wizard stat.
My wild goes back to 2.
Very good. And so the hunch that you get is that even though you're constricted to the board space, you can still potentially cheat the system if you find a creative enough way to do so. But other than that, your best course of action is to just play the game. And I'm going to say that for you to reach the end of the board game, you'll need... I'm going to keep a little side tally of this. You'll either need 3 6s or 7 of anything except 1.
Could you repeat that?
Alright.
So in order to win the game by movement, you have to get 3 6s when you choose to move, or 7 of anything other than 1. And I will keep track of your numbers for it.
Okay. Whose turn is it now?
Now it's Jinx's turn. Jinx, what would you like to do?
Let's see. I want to try something wild.
Okay, what you planning?
I have a necklace that I have used, and I want to put it on my neck, but not have it doesn't emanate anything, so people just look like I'm putting it on my neck.
Okay.
And I am going to attempt to use that necklace, which gives me more power. At least a little bit more power, maybe not much. And try to transmorgify a block to see if there's a way that we can use a tunnel to get under this instead of having to go through it.
Okay. All right. So you basically want to use transmorgify to basically make a tunnel.
Yeah.
To the end part. That's good. Good stuff. I am going to give you the wit bonus.
Okay.
So this is a wizard roll. So you're going to roll 2d6 and you're going to take the better result because this is a pretty brilliant idea.
I'll take the 4 over the 4.
Very good. I would take the 4 over the 4 as well. And what's your wizard stat?
It is at 2.
Oh, so you fail.
Oh man.
So go ahead and give me another d6 for your consequence. 5. The spell fails dramatically. So I have an idea for how this outcome goes. You're going to add 1 to your wild stat regardless. But I think when you go to try to transmorgify the ground into a tunnel, you kind of do the opposite, and the magic kind of becomes unglued, and there's just like a large explosion in that space. And then After the explosion, all the dirt just goes right back over to where it was.
Oh, sad face.
Sage.
So how are we exactly moving? Like, are we rolling a dice in game? Like in game
Yes.
as the character, are we rolling a dice?
Yes.
So I would like to do a wild spell.
Okay.
I would like to rig the dice with another cursed dice
Okay.
that is from a famous gambler that was shot at the casino. That she just somehow has for some fucking reason. We don't ask.
So you would like to use a wild spell to produce this loaded dice, basically.
Yes, essentially.
Isn't your wild at 6? No, it's
no,
at 2. Right?
it's at 2.
It's at 2 now. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm probably gonna fail it either way, but like,
Oh, don't
this would be
jinx
funny.
yourself.
Okay.
Ugh,
Let's-
you know, right? Hold on.
If this works, you know what? Because this is also a very brilliant idea to rig the game. I'm gonna also give you the wit bonus, so you're gonna roll 2d6 and take the better result. And if you pass, then it will change how movement goes for everybody.
All right. All right.
Yep. Roll wild 2d6.
I'll take the 3, but I still fail.
You still fail, so you're gonna add one. Well, let's see what your consequence is first. A 5. This spell is also going to fail dramatically. I think you go to produce this die, and you go to you get it out, and before you can even roll it, it slips through your fingers and hits the ground and shatters.
You know, that was funnier than what I thought, because I was kind of hoping you would make me pull it out and just explode in my hand. Like, just crumble or something like that. But alright, that works. And I add one to my...
add one to your wild.
I closed my thing on accident. Worst day ever. Okay, I'm at 3 wild.
Alright, one round has passed and you feel yourselves shrink a little bit. Count, you're up.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take a page at Sage's idea, but I'm gonna do it differently because I am a wizard. I am gonna use Transmogrify to turn all of our 6-sided die into 6 6-sided die.
Hold on, sorry, what was that?
So we have 6-sided die, right?
Yes.
I want to transmogrify them to be 6-sided dice with 6 in all the sizes, all the sides.
That's good. That's very good.
Genius. Holy hell.
Yeah, give your wit bonus. That was smart.
Thank you, thank you.
And go ahead and roll wizard for me.
That's a 1. That's
What
another
the
1. Oh my
hell?
god.
Double ones. That's a success, I would believe.
Snake eyes.
All right, so
Let's go. My
That-
wizard's at 6.
yep, your wizard's at 6, meaning that you cannot cast any more wizard spells until you succeed on a wild spell. But you do transmorgify the dice to where all the sides say 6.
And this is for everyone, right?
Yes.
Oh no.
Imagine.
All right. And I don't know if I want to waste y'all's time anymore, but is it safe to assume you all just roll your dice and move to the end?
Yeah.
I know. I
Yeah.
hope I roll a 6.
Oh.
All right, so yeah, you guys are like, oh, well, this just got easy, and you just start rolling your dice one after the other, and you keep moving to all the ladders, and you finally reach the finish space. And when you do, you feel yourselves magically return to your normal size, and you see that a piece of stone on the wall nearest to you, a door magically appears into it with an exit light, and the exit light turns green.
Okay.
Party.
Okay. Let's go in the door.
All right.
Let's go.
You guys make your way through the door into the 4th and final chamber, and we'll see what it is when we come back from our intermission.
Okay.
Oh
Wow.
no.
Intermission. Wow, yeah. This is
Yeah.
going by a lot quicker than I thought.
Oh yeah, definitely Wizards is one of those games that can be picked up and ran relatively quickly.
Yeah, I'm just like, we're on the last chamber. Dear Christ.
You guys got close though, because one of the rules is that if all three of your guys' wild stat reaches 6, then you're all evicted.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I believe 2 out of 3 of you had your wild stat at 6 at one point.
Hey,
Yep.
I'm just a little
Yep.
wild and nasty, is all.
All right, so we will reconvene here in 10 minutes. That's when we'll get the dice rolling again. For now, I'm going to take a couple minutes to step back and stretch my legs. Everybody else, grab yourself a drink. And we will be back momentarily.
Go piss, girl.
All right.
All right. Thank you guys for sticking through that ad break. Still into our intermission a little bit. And while we are here, upcoming streams next Saturday is part 12 of the Ring of Auroran. We'll see if our party makes it out of the town full of mimics, which hopefully they have a little bit of help now that their old adventurer friend Ren has reappeared on the scene, a little bit stronger than he was last time, much to the dismay of Ace. Not this Ace, the other Ace.
Other Ace. I was
Yeah.
about to say, I'm not fair.
No.
I just pawed.
Ace Glurk. He is not happy that Ren is back. Ace has hated Ren from the get-go.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, because the way that when like session 1 when they took off from Otari to head to the capital city so they could get this quote job that was going to basically set them up for life, the party was joined by a farm boy who had just begun his very own adventure, and he succeeded basically every roll that I rolled for him, and kind of showed up a couple of the other party members.
That's cool. That's why Ace Clark doesn't like that character.
Oh yeah, Ace has like a deep like, man, fuck this guy kind of attitude.
That's so petty.
Oh yeah, Ace is petty as fuck. It's great. But he has come back and he's a lot stronger. And
Is he rolling just as good?
he's rolling pretty good, and Ace isn't very happy about it. But we'll see if the tide turns with the mimics next Saturday. And then on the 24th, I have a Kids on Bikes one-shot. Love returning to that system. It's a lot of fun. This Ace has some experience with that.
My character almost died.
Your character did almost die.
I would have been fine if you killed her. Let's be honest. I have no attachment to Chrissy whatsoever.
Luthi,
Oh,
thank
raid.
you so much for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders. If you're new here, I'm Gil Swamp Guy. I run tabletop games and the like.
Don't go.
Right now, I'm running a indie system called Definitely Wizards, where my players are trying to pass themselves off as wizards so they can get a good wizard-paying job. So, if you like tabletop games, I run different systems every weekend. Drop a follow. Also, if you want to play more tabletop games and get into a positive community that promotes player safety for tabletop gaming, please join Project Open Table. This is where I got my players for this one shot, and we have a lot of fun over there. We get into a lot of tabletop games, we get together and we play video games, we have community nights. It's a lot of fun. And speaking of community nights, the next one is going to be on the 31st, somewhere in the 8 to 9 p.m. ballpark, Eastern. The poll is still ongoing for that, to decide what the community night's going to be. So if you head to the announcements channel, you'll see the poll. And right now, it looks like PowerPoint presentation night. It kind of in the style of Dropout's Smarty Pants series. It's currently in the lead. Right behind it, we have a tabletop style Whose Line Is It Anyway event. That'll be a lot of fun if that passes. We've also got some other options too: a Brawlhalla tournament, 100% orange juice night, or a night where we just all play that Know What I Mean game that's built into Discord.
Which is very fun.
It's a lot of fun too, but go ahead and hop in. You can vote for all of them if you want to. You can click multiple answers. So yeah, join us over here at Project Open Table. We have a lot of fun, and we play. It's a tabletop server, and we've ran a lot of different systems. We've ran Lancer, we've ran Pathfinder, Kids on Bikes, Monster of the Week. I know I'm missing out a lot of the other ones that we've done.
Blades in the Dark.
Blades in the Dark. We started a Blades in the Dark campaign within that community.
I'm in that. Hello.
Yes. So yeah, come on and join us. The link is right there in chat. We hope we'll see you there. Yeah, so that covers announcements. Yeah, you guys have kind of been blowing through this one shot pretty quickly. You guys are smart.
Wow, we're totally
Sorry for
wizards.
being a good player.
We're definitely wizards.
Exactly.
Clearly, you guys are doing great.
Yeah. I
What?
totally didn't blow shit up, which, not to brag.
You guys have gotten close to being found out though.
It's not my fault. I'm just that good.
It was
as an
partially your
assassin,
fault.
everything. The silence.
I'm sorry, it's all
I'm sorry.
hoax.
I'm sorry that I am such a good wizard that they have to question how good I
I'm sorry, it's all lies they made up on Twitter.
am. Exactly.
It's not true.
It's fake news.
It's fake news. It's fake news,
Exactly.
guys. I'm a wizard, the best wizard.
God, imagine we had Donald Trump trying to get a fucking wizard thing. Maybe I
Oh,
should have
he
done
would.
Jennifer Coolidge.
You know what?
No.
That would be a very interesting D&D game.
Oh my god.
But
Um,
no one would want to roll it or DM
that
it.
celebrity impersonation tabletop night with this game would be fucking funny.
Yeah, it would.
No.
I'm
Oh
gonna
my
put that
god.
idea on the back burner. I think I have a couple things for that.
Ace. I know
Yeah.
exactly who you were gonna play.
I was gonna do Jennifer Coolidge, but
Obviously.
no, I was originally gonna do her for this, and I was just like, no, I don't think I could do an accent that long. So if I were to actually do it, like an actual celebrity one, I think I'd try Lois. I think I'd have more luck with her.
I
think I have a
hunch.
Oh my god, I think I have a hunch.
Well,
Oh,
I want a wizard spell real bad.
oh, I want to singe real bad. Oh my god.
Well, you guys still have one more chamber to pass, and this is the final test. You guys ready
All
for
right. As
Let's
ready as
go.
I would be.
it? All right. Okay, so you guys have just passed through the door after completing the magical game of Chutes and Ladders by pretty much cheating, but that was part of the test, so you guys passed. Now you pass through the door and you find yourself in the final chamber, which looks like a very large and opulent study. You see you see a few things. You see that there are suits of armor, there's paintings, there's mirrors all over this room. You see on one of the walls, the wall directly behind you that you just came from, it looks like a mirror of the entire room, but as you look into it, you see that there are 3 other people on the other side who are in a very identical room to you. And they turn around and they notice you guys too. And they walk up to the glass, and it sounds like they're trash talking, but you can't hear anything.
I'm not kind of going to shuffle and wave hi.
One of the other test takers flips you off.
Can I flip them off back?
Yeah, absolutely. You see that both in your room and in their room, there next to the fireplace, there is a line that has 4 spots. They're relatively big spots. It looks like you're supposed to put something there. They're intentionally drawn out squares.
Hey, what about copying them?
Yeah, I have no morals. Let's do it. I don't care. I'll cheat off of them.
So you see the other test takers begin to look around at all of the items, and you see that they're just putting random things into those squares, but nothing's happening yet.
Well, not to be scandalous, but can I do hunch?
Yeah, you can do hunch. Give me a wizard roll.
Oh, yeah, let me
Silence.
make sure. What?
Silence hunch.
Silence hunch. Oh
good.
God.
That's good.
Silence hunch. Oh, my God. Let's see. D6. And it's a wizard spell, right? So
Yep.
it's a success. So I'm at 6 for wizard.
All right, you're at 6 for wizard, meaning you can't cast wizard spells until you succeed wild, but your hunch works, and you get the feeling that there are 4 things in this room need to be put on these spaces in a certain order in order for you to complete the exam. And as I said, you see this room is just chock full of paintings and suits of armor. The paintings are all vast and different. The suits of armor are all in different poses. And there are a bunch of mirrors that are varying in size and decoration.
Is there a really tiny one in there? Like a little tiny mirror?
Yeah, there's a very tiny, like the size of a compact.
Cool. I want to hold on to that.
Okay.
And if it is one of the things, great. And if not, I'm putting it in a pouch and it's mine.
I want to do something.
Okay.
Confon Count is going to turn to the camera and say, "We have 4 spaces and 3 players. You know what is 3 plus 4? 7." And thunder goes to the background. And I'm going to... let me think. I thought of the joke and not of the actual spell. I don't want to play it. Curse me.
You could curse the other people to fail, because that'd be funny. They're dicks.
Can I?
Don't feel bad.
Yeah.
Do
Can
it.
I?
Go.
You can certainly try.
I'm gonna try.
All right. So, what is curse? How does curse work again? Oh, it's not a wizard spell. It's a wild spell.
Yeah, it's a wild spell.
Fantastic. Give me a wild roll then.
Okay. I was expecting some help. But no.
Oh, you know what? You know
Oh.
what? Yeah. How does helping out work exactly?
There is no mechanic for helping out.
No,
Oh,
I was
that's right,
expecting
too.
you to throw me a bone because I was funny.
It would be funny if not. We'll see how this works first.
I was gonna say, it was
Okay.
my idea. I want my credit.
Yo, that's a 1!
Hey,
Let's
that's
go!
a success.
All right.
All right, so
And my wizard goes back at 2.
there you go. All right, so I want you to describe this curse. You see these other 3 test takers who are frantically looking around for stuff. You see some of them are putting random objects onto the space. How do you curse them?
Well, as a cloud of felt bats flies through them and over them and obscures their figure, when they fly away, they are now all felt puppets.
Oh my god,
Oh.
you turned them all into felt?
Yeah,
That's hilarious. So yeah,
You made a bunch of Muppets?
yeah.
Right.
that's great. So you see the other applicants, like the cloud descends upon them, and you don't hear them, but you can kind of see like they're kind of thrashing about a bit. And when the cloud lifts, you see that they have all turned into Muppet versions of themselves, and they look at each other and scream, and look at themselves and scream. You can't hear anything, but you can definitely tell they're screaming. And then the 3 of them look in your guys' direction with just the angriest glare you can imagine.
I wave again.
I wink.
Jinx, is there anything you would like to do?
Jinx, let's see. She's too doubled up in laughter over the puppets in the next room to make any spell in just right now.
I have to cast wild spell. Can I pull out a quartz pendulum and see if it will lead me to an item that we need to lead me to the items we need to
Yeah.
grab, you know? Like not necessarily the order, but like just the items themselves.
I'll say that it will lead you to a item.
Okay.
For
I roll
for one
for-
roll, it'll lead you to a item, and yes, you can roll.
Okay, awesome. D6. I succeed that.
Look at
definitely.
that! All right,
Ooh.
add 1 to your
Oh.
wild.
1 wild, reset wizard to 2. So wild's at 4, wizard's at 2.
All right.
Awesome. Save change.
So you take out this pendulum, and it starts to swing freely a little bit, but then you see it locks into in like a somewhat upright direction, as if it's pointing you.
What is it pointing at?
It is pointing to a suit of armor that's laying on the ground, and it's doing like the Solaire like praise the sun pose.
Oh, I was hoping it was Family Guy death pose. But yeah. Suit of armor doing that be funny. Okay. I'll take that, thank you. And she just starts dragging it over. I guess it's a suit of armor. Is it heavy?
Oh yeah, it's quite heavy.
Can I do it by myself, or do I have to get the felt puppet and the? Are you a bird?
Yes.
I might be only. I just realized I'm the only human here. That's hilarious. About to just make it like she's a fucking fairy. She was a fairy. I guess yeah. I just dragged the suit of armor over. Do you think I'll have to do something to pull it over?
I don't think so, but you go to move you and whoever's helping. You go to move this suit of armor, and one of the other test takers, the now Muppet, makes its way over to the glass, pulls out its wand, and you see it point at the ground in front of you, and now there is like a long line of slime that has conjured between you guys and the 4 places for the items.
Okay, you know what? Oh, I accidentally left the thing. Oh no. One sec. I want to use a wild spell.
Okay.
I want to take a tarot card. I don't know. And I want to somehow walk over it and slide it under there, and then make it look like that they casted a wild spell very obviously.
Okay.
So I want to frame them.
Oh, that's good.
Because I'm fed up with these motherfuckers. And like I said, no morals. I'm a white woman. I will talk to their manager by framing them for shit. Okay?
All right, very good. I like the idea of you framing them to get them kicked out of the exam.
Yeah, no. I want them arrested.
That one's definitely going to get a wit bonus. So
Awesome.
roll 2d6 for your wild and take the best result.
Did it roll? No, it did not. Oh, what do you mean?
Wolf.
I want to cover for Sage.
Okay. So how do you draw the attention away from Sage and onto yourself?
I am going to turn to the camera again, shove a little bit, and say, "You see, we have 4 contestants at one side, and 1, 2, 3, 4 contestants on the other side. Do you know how much 4 and 4 make?"
Where did we get the 4th?
And he waits for a little. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. 8 contestants.
Very
I like
good.
the idea of like Count doing this, and in the background you see this white woman yelling at some Muppets, probably like flipping them off. Like trying to shove a little tarot card underneath, like, get the fuck under there.
I need art of this immediately. This is fucking great. Okay, so Sage, you will not get a wild. You will not take any consequences. Count, you will add 1 to your wild magic score.
Okay.
Okay. So Jinx is going to pull out a let's see, a pretty looking crown thing, and she puts that on top of her head, and she whispers into her orb. The crown is supposed to help her out with casting acid over towards the other people, or the other side.
Okay.
And well, she tries. She walks up to the window and tries.
Which spell are you casting again?
Acid.
Acid. Here's a small stream of weak acid. Put it over some baking soda for a winning science fair project.
Yep.
All right. So go ahead and give me a wild roll.
Let's see how acid reacts to felt. Oh my god.
Oh, you succeed.
Woohoo!
Okay. Go ahead and add 1 to wizard. And in what manner are you using acid? Because this might have some things that tied to it.
Let's see. I think it's something like citric acid, but stronger, so that it would burn their the mucous membranes. So like they would cry and not be able to see anything, and
You were putting it in their eyes?
yeah. So we
Pocket
have
acid.
Pocket acid.
Yeah, so you shoot the acid. It passes through this window into the other room, and you basically pepper spray this guy who was trying to mess you guys over. And he covers his eyes. You can't hear him wailing, but he is just like kind of running in circles, and it appears that he's screaming.
Running in circles with his hands flaying on the air.
Yeah.
Like a Muppet. Okay.
Yeah, like a
Kermit
Muppet.
the Frog looking ass.
You see one of the other contestants come over to try to help him, and you see that were also moving a suit of armor that looks exactly like the one you guys were moving, and it drops it, and now one of the Muppets is struggling to pull the armor, while the other one goes to help the one that's been blinded.
I love that we turned them into Muppets and now they have to move this heavy ass armor.
You're welcome.
and we're not
hilarious.
even working on the room. We're just working on them.
Yeah, you guys
No,
are just fucking with them at this point.
No, I got it.
As everything is going on around, I'm gonna pass my hand through my very, very 100% legit beard, and I'm gonna cast Hunch.
Okay. What are you trying
As
to
I'm-
figure out exactly?
I'm trying to figure out what is the next item.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a wizard
Yeah.
roll.
As I'm using my wizard prop,
Mhm.
I wanna add 1 point to wizard.
Okay. What's your wizard score now?
3.
Okay. Let's see that roll.
No.
Oh, it fails.
Oh no.
Oh no. Go ahead
Oh, no.
and add one. Well, let's see what your consequence is, because it might just be nothing.
Yeah.
3. You unintentionally use wild magic and cast a wild spell of your choice. Proceed as if this was a success, but add 1 to wild.
Okay. As I pass my hand through my beard, I just take it out, and there's a felt bat on my hand, and say, "How did they get here?" And he throws it away, and the bat just hits the item that we were supposed to get.
Okay. So it hits the next item, not the suit of armor that you've already found.
Yeah,
Okay.
and my
Ye-
wild's at 4.
All right. So it hits another suit of armor. And
Okay.
this suit of armor, it has its arms up in the air, but it's closed to make like a peak, like with 2 of its hands.
Wait a minute.
Upstretched above its head.
What's the pose you were saying the first one was?
It was doing like the Solaire, like praise the sun pose.
Isn't it like a O above your head?
No.
What am I
No,
thinking
it's
of?
2 hands, like
It's like outstretched up into
in
the
an
side.
angle. Yeah,
I'm just googling it really quickly.
in an angle up. Well, Count Von Count is going to look at both of these statues and say, "Well, this reminds me of a song. But this one first, and that one last." And he
So-
points first to the Praise the Sun, and then to the pick. So Praise the Sun first, pick last.
And
And
then
so the one-
as you look across the window, you see Count that your curse has worn off, and they have returned to their
No.
normal bodies, and now they're hurryingly to grab the two of them go to grab the first suit of armor, and the others start looking around for the next item.
Okay, as they do, the wizard, the count just go, and he swings his hand. I am casting slime on them, just so they start,
Start slippering around.
just falling around. Yeah.
Okay, give me a wizard roll.
Oh no!
Another failure. Give me a consequence.
It just fails.
Yep, it just fails. Jinx, is there anything you would like to do at this point?
I go back to the suit of armor we were dragging, and I say, let's just try and get the suit of armor where they had their where they were dragging their suit of armor, and look for the next thing that they're going to do, and continue to hurt them as well, so that they can be slowed down.
So you're dragging the first suit of armor to the space that they were dragging theirs?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is the one that looks like Solaire praising the sun. It looked like they were moving it to the first spot.
Okay, I will drag it to about halfway to the first spot and stop to wait and see if they put it in and what happens.
They also move it to the first spot, and as soon as they set it in, the square underneath that suit of armor turns green.
Okay, I will officially move the suit of armor over towards there, pretending like I was trying to do it all along, since I am
Very good.
effectively doing it all by myself.
All right. Yeah, you move that suit of armor through a lot of heaving, and you get it onto that first square, and it also lights up green.
Awesome.
So, can I do something?
Yes.
Cool, I want to fuck him over again. I got beef. I'm a mildly inconvenienced white woman, and I'm ready to do shit. So I want to do this exact same thing, except instead of a tarot card, I want to use some of the glitter from my pocket full of glitter from Joanne's Crafts, I guess.
Okay.
I want it to be some kind of magical glitter that makes it look like that they're casting some kind of like illegal wild spell.
Okay.
So like, I can't think of any off the top of my head, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
once
You're
again,
trying to frame them again.
Yeah,
All right.
and I'm using the pocket glitter for this.
All right. So you can add one to wizard, or you can take one away from wild.
I want to add one to wizard.
Very good.
'Cause Lord knows I need it.
Go ahead and roll a d6 for your wild magic.
Okay. Whatever. D6. 4. I think that's exactly where my wild is. Let me double check. I misclicked. I accidentally closed it. Oh. It is fighting me. I don't like that. Okay. My wild's at 4.
There you
So-
go. It passes. All right. So here's what happens. You throw this glitter from your pocket, and it disappears at first, but then you see it reappear in front of the one that started messing you guys over, and it just explodes upwards. There's just like this plume of glitter, and then it turns into like fireworks and just starts going off extremely noticeably. You see that contestant is like panicking and like trying to do stuff to put it out, but it's not working. And then you hear this loud buzzer noise, just and then he just poofs out of the room.
I'm gonna spit at where he was.
It hits the window, but we get the idea.
You know, the thought was there. You know,
The intent
Yeah,
is there
the,
for
I
sure.
thought that counts.
Yeah.
how is the window selective? I can put magic glitter through it, but I can't spit through it.
Is your spit magical?
It's magic.
Or chance?
I mean, I don't know. The boys who buy it online probably think so.
No!
I bought it
Oh
in my
my
essential
God.
oil, baby, at my Etsy shop.
Jesus.
I want to unlearn this right now.
The true forbidden magic
How
selling
do
your
you
bodily
delete other
fluids.
people's words?
And Tess, poor guy who got deleted.
Yeah.
Will never be a wizard.
No, you've
I
cheated
wanna-
him out of wizardry.
Yeah, he got
I
arrested and
wanna
probably ruined his
start
life
moving-
living by white woman truth.
I want to start moving the other suit of armor
Mm-hmm.
that I found out that is that is supposed to be there, to the fourth spot.
Okay. You start moving that suit of armor over to the fourth spot, the one that makes the peak above its head. And as you move it into the fourth spot, the fourth square turns green.
So it's making an A shape.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is there some, from just observing, because I don't think you need magic, is there one that makes an M and a C?
As you look around at the various suits of armor, you see one that is doing the Peter Griffin pose, the death pose. But you do eventually see two more suits of armor that are making an M and a C.
Okay, great. So, oh god. May I make a request for one of my fellow wizards here? Is there a smoke spell we could do so that the other people can't see us grab these suits of armor? I don't know if there's like an actual spell for that, but
You
like,
can use simple illusion.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I was saying because I would like to use wild magic to put a quartz in one of the suits of armor and make it come to life and just walk into place and then go back to doing the pose.
And while our friend Sage is doing this, I'm going to use a wild spell. And as Count von Count spread his hands towards the glass, he says, "Fly, my pretties." And a bunch of felt bats just cover the window, top for bottom, so they can see what we're doing.
Okay, great. Count, go ahead and roll your wild magic thing.
Mhm.
Okay. That's a 4! Yes!
That succeeds. All right, add 1 to wild. And yeah, you see all of these felt bats start to materialize, and then they slowly cover up the window between the two parties. And you have now obstructed your guys' view of each other.
Great. And so I'm gonna deal with one of the suits of armor with that little crystal, right?
Mhm.
Jinx, if you could think of a way to deal with the other one, that would be great. I'm gonna roll that d6.
Yeah, go for it.
Is it smart enough to deserve a bonus?
I'll give you that. I'll give you a smart enough to deserve a bonus. Because I wouldn't have thought of making it come to life and just willingly walk over there.
Yeah, I had to get less than my score, right?
Yes.
Both of those succeed, so I have 4 wild.
There you go. So I go ahead and add another one to wild as you place this crystal inside the suit of armor, and it gets up and it starts to do that that Dark Souls video where they're just dancing around from place to place. It's doing like that jogging in place with the arms swinging, and it just moves its way over. It was the one that was doing the M, and it just dances its way over to the second spot, strikes the pose again, and then the square turns green.
Okay, how many suits of armor have we got?
You've gotten 3 out of the 4. You've got the first, second, and fourth one.
Okay, then we can easily just move the next suit of armor into the fourth spot.
It's
So-
the C, I believe.
Do what?
It's the C posing one, I believe.
Okay. Alright, I choose the last suit of armor. Hey guys, we need to move this piece of armor over there. And then we'll be done.
The Count von Count goes to shuffle to the suit of armor to push it in place.
All right.
Oh,
Huh?
what were you saying, Timbersu?
Oh, I was gonna say, and Jinx leans it over against her shoulder and carries it. Not carries it, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we start
Like,
dragging
like you're
it
like
into
you're
place,
moving a heavy
essentially.
bookcase.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Essentially, all three of us do this together.
Yeah. You guys push the last one into place, and as you step back, the square underneath the third one turns green, and then all of the suits of armor start doing the dance. And this repeats a couple times until they freeze into their respective letters again. And then you see part of the wall 30 feet up turns into the exit door. And the exit light turns from red to green.
Oh no.
So we have to go up 30 feet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, time to fly. And Count von Count is going to try to cast quote unquote levitate on himself.
Mm-hmm.
And this time it's just a hand that is going to grab his. A very realistic hand is going to grab his head and just going to drag him to the exit.
Did you just
What
mage hand
the-
yourself with a hand that just goes over top of your head, like just palms you and just lifts you up?
Yeah.
That's fucking great.
That's iconic.
Yeah. That's pretty funny. I'll give you a wit bonus for that one.
Thank you. That's a
Oh.
6. That's a 4. 4 succeeds.
There you go. Add 1 to wild.
My wild's at 6.
And you make your way up to the exit door and you push the door open and you pass through. Or do you pass through? Do you just open the door and wait for everybody else?
I'm gonna open the door and just shuffle in.
Okay, perfect. You shuffle through the door. That leaves Jinx and Sage left to get up to the door.
Okay.
No, I want to do something before I finish.
Okay, what's up?
I'm gonna turn to the camera, wave, and say, "See you next Tuesday," and he goes through the door.
I love that you've been treating this whole test like a fucking Sesame Street episode.
It's so good.
That's very, very good. Very good. All
Thank
right,
you.
Jinx and Sage, what are you guys gonna do?
Alright, so I have wings. Can I just fly Sage up with me?
You could.
Okay, so I will say, Sage, grab onto my leg, and I'll just fly us out.
That's not gonna make it too obvious, is it?
Well, I don't know, because wizards would probably do what? I mean, they'd probably do something easy. But if you think
So-
that we're gonna have a problem, we can definitely look into doing something else.
I have a suggestion. I would like to cast a wild spell.
Okay.
And I am at my peak. Those other people pissed me off, and now I'm angry. And so I am a white woman manifesting with a crystal in my hand so angrily that the door just moves down. Just fucking like goes 30 feet up and feels the rage from this like angry woman who just probably needs a therapist at this point, but uses crystals to go through it, and it just forces the door to come to 4 levels so they can just walk out.
All right, give me a wild magic roll.
Is there a wit bonus for that?
Yeah, that's good.
I was about to say I knew there was no way in hell. Yeah, I
Oh, you ace it.
it's in the name.
It's in the name.
Yeah, so I add 1 to wild.
Yeah.
I'm at 6 wild.
Yeah. You're at 6 wild. Wait. Jinx, what are you at for wild?
I am at 5.
Oh.
Oh yeah, we barely almost like got caught. That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
god.
So so I think what happens is we see Sage just pull out like just fistfuls of crystals, and then like starts doing like the Super Saiyan like hunker down while like death gripping the crystals and just screaming her with her white woman rage. And you see the door up that's 30 feet up in the air. You see it tremble a little bit and then quickly drop down to the floor, and the door is visibly sweating.
And you see like Sage has a vein popping in her temple
Absolutely,
there.
yeah.
And when it hits the floor, she just puts the crystals back and then like inhales deeply like that yoga.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Shall we?"
She takes out of one of her many pockets a little glass of quote unquote essential oil, which is just poppers. Takes a sniff, tastes okay. I'm good.
All right, so Jinx and Sage, you guys make your way through the door, and when you emerge, you are with Count Von Count, and you guys are back on the training grounds. And standing before you is the Wizard Academy professor, who and the students are gathered behind him, and they are just cheering raucously. You see, just kind of off to the side from all of them are the 3 wizards who you guys were competing against, and they're like angrily yelling at each other and pushing each other and kicking dirt onto each other. The professor from the Wizard Academy comes up with 3 certificates already framed, and
We don't have to pay for frames. Damn.
And he says, "Oh, very good show, very good. This was by far the most exciting exam that we've had in a while. The students have definitely learned a lot from the 3 of you." And the students are like all in the back, like just furiously writing stuff down. The professor goes, I will admit I had some reservations about some of your methods, but clearly the 3 of you are quite powerful wizards in your own right, and so therefore you deserve to be named as thus. And he hands each of you a plaque, diploma, framed diploma, and says, "You are now hereby by the country noted as master wizards. May you make a lot of money. Because that's what wizards do. We do magic and we make money. So congrats on making money." And then all the students cheer again.
Everyone kind of is waving at the students.
Some of the students wave back. And as the camera pulls away from this victorious scene, that's going to be the end of our session.
Let's go.
All right.
Yeah, that's why I like this system. It seems like the games are meant to be like lighthearted and fun, and you can get through it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
This the system on the very last page, I believe, it has hacks where you can modify the games in certain ways. There's a way that you can play it in competitive mode, where the 3 of you would be competing against each other to try to collect these hidden tokens and try to get the most. There's a single player mode. There's a GM-less mode where all the players make up their own chamber for the others to compete in. There's a lot of ways that you can run this system, and for it only being like 10 pages long, it's very, very, very good. I highly recommend going on itch.io. That is where I picked up the game, and I'll drop the link. I dropped the link in Project Open Table. If you want to support the author, it's $3. If not, I think they still have some community copies available, meaning that you can get it for free, but only while the supplies last. So if you want to pick up this game for yourself, there's your options. Other than that, thank you guys so much for stopping by and hanging out. Let's just go through the list of players. And if you guys got something that you want to promote or anything, pop off. Mikami.
I want to say thank you for another session, Gil. It's lovely as always.
Thank you.
Thank you for allowing me to be stupid on camera. And that's it.
All right. Tiramisu?
I wanted to thank you for the fun game. I had a lot of fun. I haven't had this much fun in a while.
Yeah.
And I would definitely play this game again. And also, my birds say hi.
Hi, birds.
Hi, birds.
Very, very good. And finally, Ace.
Hi, I'm, Ace, but you can find me anywhere at Stupid Punk Thing. On Twitch, I technically have a YouTube channel, so I just post clips there, and things I want to show people. But yeah, on Twitch, Twitter, whatnot. You should join Project Open Table because I am ahead of stuff, and I say so. I'd like to thank today's sponsor, Claire's, because not only do they give ear piercings now, they also give facial piercings, body piercings, and now their new product, lobotomies.
Did you get your lobotomy from Claire's?
Yeah, this is why I am the way I am.
Oh, that's great. Oh man, all right. You can also catch Ace as a member of the Strangers in my Blades in the Dark campaign, Strangers in Paradise.
Yeah, I went from old woman to twink, so
Just another day. Just another Saturday.
Yeah, the usual. Yeah, honestly, yeah, just the usual at this point.
Excellent. Yeah, so thank you guys for stopping by. Next Saturday is the next part of my Pathfinder campaign, The Ring of Auroran, part 12. Stop by for that. And then on the 24th, I'll have a Kids on Bikes one-shot ready for you guys. We'll have Tiramisu will actually be joining us again for that. Very excited for that. We'll also have TV Head and Mopsy. Mopsy also a member of the Strangers in my Blades in the Dark campaign.
So is TV Head.
And so is TV Head. Listen, TV Head plays in so many of my damn games.
Yeah, there should just be expect TV Head unless otherwise stated at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. Just expect TV Head to be on my stream most of the time.
Yeah, we keep TV Head in the walls, actually. That's why he's always here.
No, he's running on a big hamster wheel that's powering my computer right now.
That's how we keep the Project Open Table servers open.
Absolutely, yes. So thank TV Head.
Thank you, TV Head.
Thank you, TV Head. All right. So, and then finally on the 31st, we'll have our Project Open Table Community Night. Please stop by for that. It won't be streamed. It'll purely be in the Discord. So if you'd like to take part, if you'd like to vote for what that event is, click the link that's in chat to join Project Open Table. Without further ado, let's see, who can I raid?
Undead's not streaming.
Undead's not streaming. I did notice that.
I think we forgot to make a weekly announcement, so that's why I forgot.
Undead isn't streaming anyway, I don't think.
Yeah,
No, I don't see it.
I usually ask, that's why I was like, oh, I don't know.
You know what? Let's kick it over to another ETRPG stream. We're gonna kick it over to Carmelia the Quetz, who is running Seeking Answer Inside episode 6. So when we get over there, tell him the Swamp Dad sent you. Give him a good old Swamp Raid. Follow him because they're wonderful. And I will see you guys next Saturday for part 12 of The Ring of Auroran. Yeah, that's all for now. I'll see you guys then. Have a good night.
Stay freaky. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.